guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is going to be all about e.l.f. products. I have pretty much a full face here that I'm going to be doing my makeup with. I'm going to tell you what is good from the brand, what is not good, what I recommend, what I don't recommend, and everything like that. That's why I have no makeup on my face, but I am missing a few products. I didn't want to say a full face because I'm missing mascara, I'm missing powder, and I'm missing lip liner, but I have lip products. So really only a couple things, but I have everything else, and I'm so excited to play around. Some of it's new, some of it's stuff that I've loved for so long. So if you guys want to see me do this full face of e.l.f. cosmetics, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start first with my moisturizer, and I'm going to use my normal moisturizer that I use every single day that I love, and that is the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. I use this pretty much in every single video. It is my favorite moisturizer. It is a gel-based moisturizer, so it gives me hydration but doesn't make my skin feel greasy or oily. This I feel would be good for anybody if you are wanting something a little bit more lightweight, but especially for those that have oily skin. I think it is such a great moisturizer. The best. Lasts me forever. It has a little pump. I love the packaging. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I'm going to be applying that to my face. Today we're going to be going in with the eyes first, but I'm going to go ahead and just get this on my face so I can let it sit and soak in. Usually on a day-to-day basis I'll put this on, and I don't really do eyeshadow on a day-to-day basis, so what I do is I'll just take like a card, which I can't find at the moment, but I'll just take something and like fan my face for a couple seconds, and then I'll go in with my next product. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like dry off my eyebrow area because we're going to be going in with some brow products. I picked up a brow pencil from e.l.f., which I have heard such good things about, not from a lot of people, but Alissa here on YouTube, one of my all-time favorite YouTubers. She is mesmerizing with how she does her makeup. She is so skilled in everything and is just the best. So she says this is like her favorite brow pencil of all time. This is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in neutral brown. It looks very similar to all the dupes, you know, out here, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and pretty much looks like all of those, you know, little dupes going on, but she says this one's even better. So I'm really excited to play around with this. I usually don't fill in all of my brows with a pencil. My go-to right now at the moment is the LA Girl. I honestly don't even know what it is because the label's rubbed off, but it's their version of something similar to this, and I outline my brows with that, and then I'll go in with my Maybelline Tattoo Studio pomade. It's a brow pomade. And I use that to fill in the rest of my brows. So this is going to probably take me a little bit longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows, fast forward through it, and let you guys know what I think about this product. So this is something I have not tried before. Obviously I've been talking about it because I don't know how it works. So we're going to try it. I have really high hopes because of Alissa, so let's see. Okay, I've done one brow, and I think it's a little extra slippery because I did my moisturizer first and it's still a little slippery on my skin area. I am going to go in and clean up the brows. I think this color is a little dark for me, and it almost seems a little warm, but I know Roxette said that this was like a really good like neutral shade, which it's neutral brown, so I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other brow really quickly and see what I think about it after that. Okay, so I've just finished both brows. The product itself seems pretty creamy. I know she said that she actually liked that this one was a little bit more draggy and dry, but I don't really feel like it's that dry. It seems more creamy, which that's why it was a little bit harder to kind of blend out. I also do have these products from e.l.f. These aren't my favorite just because they are a thicker tip. I don't know if you can see right here that they are thicker, so it's harder to get a defined area. But if you guys aren't looking for something to be defined, then these might work for you. But I'm just going to use the spoolie on these. I actually really like the spoolie on these because they're bigger, and I like the bigger spoolies. I don't know why. This brow is the worst. I absolutely hate it. It never works with me. And yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm brushing these out right now. I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer on this eyebrow, especially with my e.l.f. concealer, which you guys have seen me use a million times. So I'm just going to go in with some concealer on this under eye, just a little bit, just to make sure that everything is okay underneath there. And then we'll go into the next product. I do have a brow gel from them, but I'm going to wait until after I do my powders to put that in my brows, because then it'll just stick to the brows and it'll look all weird, you know. Okay, brows are done for now. We will be going in with the brow gel a little bit later in the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I probably shouldn't have even put the concealer down. I'm going to prime my eyes with this concealer just because I don't have a primer from them for my eyes. So I have you guys zoomed in because we're going to be doing the eyes, and I have tons of eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. Some that are good, some that are not great. So you guys have seen me try out the Opposites Attract palette, which I did not have the best of luck with. I might go into some of the more neutral shades. I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to be doing with the eyes today, but I have this one, and I also have the Nude Classics, which you have also seen me use on my channel. I absolutely love this palette for every day. It has beautiful, more just natural colors, and it's just such a great palette for the price. I also have some of the little palettes, which you guys know that I have talked about so many times on my channel. I have the Mad for Matte 1 and 2, which have lots of neutrals. This is more of a cool toned e.l.f. palette, just some mattes in there. And then we also have the second version of this, which is a little bit more warm toned, as you can see right here. And then this is one that I actually haven't played with. I've swatched but have not played with. This is the Rose Gold Sunset palette, and this is what this one looks like. It has some shimmers in it. So I don't really know what I'm going to be going in with today. I have a look in mind, but I'm not sure which palette I want to use. I don't know if I want to just use one palette, because then you can get that one palette if you like the eyeshadow look, or should I go into a few of them? Okay, I think I'm actually just gonna go in with the e.l.f. Mad for Matte Summer Breeze palette, which looks like this. It's more of warm tones. I figured let's just do some bright summery eye with these matte shadows. I might go in and dip into one of the shimmer shades for my brow bone and my inner corner, but until we get there, we're gonna be using this palette. I'm not gonna set my lids down because this concealer does set itself. So I'm just gonna go in with my first shade, and there are no shade names for this palette, so I'm just gonna point, and I'm gonna be going in first with the shade. I'm gonna mix these two right here, and I'm just gonna put those into my crease. So I think I'm going to do something a little bit more like a gradient eye. So I'm going to be going in on the outer corner. Oop, let me not do that. With this purple shade right here on a smaller brush. And I'm just going to pack this like in the outer corner, like I would be deepening up an outer corner. Just going to pat it on there first, get the pigment on there, and then I'll blend out. It might get a little bit messy on this outer corner, but we are going to go back in and clean that up and make sure everything looks clean on the outer corner. So I'm going to keep going in with that. I'm just switching brushes to get a little bit more concentrated. Color's really pretty. It is pretty sheer, but it builds up beautifully. I don't have any patchiness, so that's really good. And then I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm going to blend out that purple with that shade, which is beautiful. It's blending perfectly. I am going to be cutting this outer corner. I'll be cleaning it up, so no worries about the placement of this right now. Wow, I'm loving this. This is so pretty and blending out so well. And then I'm going to be going in with this beautiful pink shade in the middle of my eye area, and I'm just going to be packing this on and intermingling it with the purple. This pink is so unique. I love it. And then I'm just going to blend out the outer edges right here with that same peach shade that we blended out the purple shade with. Just over the top. making sure everything looks good. Because the purple and the pink are pretty close in color, they blended kind of themselves when I placed that pink on, so that is good to note. So I don't really even have to go back in and blend that, which is awesome. I'm gonna pack a little bit more of that pink on. It is not showing up as quite as nicely as I would like. And then I'm gonna go back in with the purple on the outer corners and just touch that up. Okay, and then another thing that's really cool that you can do if you do need to blend those two colors is just take a mix of the two shades and tap it right on where it's not blended, and it'll just kind of do its thing. Completely blend it out just by doing that. And so for the last shade, I think I want to just take this bone colored shade right here and pack that on this inner corner. I think that'll look really, really pretty. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted for sure. And then I'm gonna do that same trick where I take both the pink shade right here and that cream shade, mix them together, and then pat over where that needs to be blended. And then I'm gonna go in with that peach shade one last time right here, and I'm just gonna blend everything together to make sure everything is looking good and blended. That is so pretty. I don't know if you can really tell the gradient on camera, but you know, it is what it is. So as promised, I'm gonna clean up these outer edges, give them a little with my makeup wipe so that we can see what we're working with. So now that I've wiped away, I'm gonna bring out this a little bit further. It always is hard to tell until after you clean up that outer edge. So it's like coming in a little bit, if you can see on the edges right here. So I will blend those out a little bit further once this has dried underneath my eyes. But while we're waiting for that to dry and I can do those little final touches, I'm gonna zoom you guys back out so we can go onto the primer. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna keep you guys a little bit more zoomed in for this part just so you can see what's going on my face, you know? So for primer, I finally got my hands on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm so excited. This has been out of stock for months because everyone has been wanting to test it out, and you guys know I love a pore filling primer. I have massive pores on my face. So we're just going to be going in with this. I have swatched it. I got in the car and I immediately just touched it. I just wanted to see what it felt like because I don't have the Tatcha primer, so I don't even know what kind of formula, I guess, texture it is. So my face feels pretty dry. I'm just going to fan it a little bit more. I just blended out those outer edges a little bit further. I don't know if I like it 100%, but you know what? We're just going to keep going with it. Once we put on lashes and everything, it'll probably look fine. So I'm going to go in with this primer. I don't know how much to use. Really just don't know how much to use. I think that's how much I'm going to try. Do you have to dig into it? Ooh, I might have put too much on. I've heard both. I've seen people use a lot and say that's what works for them, and then I've seen people say like just use a little bit. So I'm not sure which is the correct way to do it. So we're just gonna go with it, okay? I don't know if I need to press it in more because I'm not really like seeing any pore filling. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to wait and let this sit and dry because it's pretty slippery at the moment. But let me get an up close mirror and see what my pores are looking like. Honestly, I don't see any difference, like at all. That's so weird and I'm kind of sad. So we're gonna go in with the foundation. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I have it in the shade Light Ivory, which is fair with golden undertones. This might not be the right shade. I just went a little bit more yellow because every single time I either get a neutral or a cool undertone, it's way too gray on me because my neck is very, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's very like almost olivey warm. That doesn't make any sense. But we're going to be trying out this foundation today. I've never tried it out. I think I'm just going to use a sponge. I have my Holy Grail sponges right here. These are the e.l.f. Total Face sponges. So good, so inexpensive, better than the Beauty Blender, better than the Real Techniques sponges. They're the best. And they smell good because I just washed them. So I'm going to go in with a pump of this on the back of my hand. It looks very yellow. So I'm nervous. The shade match, though. Honestly, I'm so good at this. What the heck? I'm just kidding. This is the first time I've gotten it right since I've started my channel. Wow, that is a really good match. I don't know if it's gonna oxidize, but good match. I'm so shocked. Honestly, I really am. I think I'm gonna try and use a brush with this just to try it out. I don't know if, oh my goodness, the foundation smells so good. What the heck? And I'm gonna try it with this brush. Okay, I don't know if I'm digging the formula of this. It's very like, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe just sheer? I mean, there's nothing wrong with a sheer foundation. I just didn't expect it to be this sheer. I don't know. It smells so good. Almost like a men's body wash or something. I don't know. It smells real good. Okay, it built up a little bit, but it's still giving me not enough coverage because I can still see all of my blemishes. So what it's telling me is that I'm gonna need to go in with concealer. Which, I mean, if you have less problematic skin, less scarring, this might be really good for you. I don't know how it's gonna wear or anything. If I end up liking this by the end of the video, I might just do a wear test, but I'm not gonna try it if I don't like the finish of it or anything, so we'll see. So yeah, I'd say it's still a high light coverage or a low medium coverage. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're just gonna roll with it. I'm now just gonna be going in with the cocktail of my e.l.f. Camo Concealers. I have Light Beige and Fair Warm. I'm gonna go in all over my face with some of this, not all over my face, but just on some more visible breakouts, just to conceal and maybe just cover me up a little bit more, if that makes sense. This concealer is so bomb. Like, honestly, it's so good. One thing to note about these concealers that is very, very annoying is they get so messy on the tops of them. Like, every single time I go in and like put it back in here, it squirts out all over my hands. I don't know if you can see that, but it just gets everywhere. That's something that's so annoying about this concealer. It does it with both of them. They just get so dirty on the tops of them. I don't know if I can show you. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but every time it does that, stuff squirts out and it's just not cute, not fun. So I'm gonna go in under my eyes with the mixture of these two really quickly. You don't need much. You don't need much, people. This has lots of coverage. Okay, so like I said, I don't have any powders from e.l.f. I didn't really see any in my skin tone for the pressed powders, and I didn't see any of the HD powders or any kind of loose powders when I was there. I don't know if I just went to a bad one, it was out of stock, I don't know what the deal was, but what I am going to do is I'm just going to do my normal powders, and I'll be right back for the next product. Okay, I've zoomed you guys back in for my under eyes. We're not going to do anything too crazy, so I'm going to go in with these three. That's a lot of shades, but I'm just going to mix them all and blend those underneath my lash line. And then I'm going to take that pink shade. This might cause a little bit of fallout, but as I suspected, yes. Okay, that's all we're going to do on the lower lash. Let me put an inner corner highlight in, and then I'm going to put on my mascara and my lashes. But let's go in with an inner corner highlight first. I think I want to take the shade Glamour from the New Classics palette, which is right here. Oh my goodness. Yes. 100% yes. I love that so much. That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Oh my goodness. What? This is so beautiful. Why have I never used this shade? So pretty. I'm bringing it down a little bit on the lower lash line, bringing it up a little bit on the inner corners. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with this shade. And as obsessed as I am with it, I'm not gonna put this on my brow bone. I'm going to take a different brush and just put the cream shade, which is the shade we put on our inner lid, and I'm just gonna brush that along my brow bone, highlight that area. So now that we're here, I'm going to brush up these brows with my spoolie, and we're going to go in with that brow gel. I love me some fluffy brows, like probably my favorite thing. So I'm going to be going in with the Wow Brow in Neutral Brown. This is a volumizing fiber gel, and it looks very cute. It's such a cute little packaging, and it's got a little wand like this. It's like fibery, I think. Fibery? Yeah, good words. I'm just gonna... Ooh, she's dark. Yeah, I don't really like colored brow gels. I just assumed that this one would be good for some reason. Probably, I think Roxette also recommended this product, which, I mean, we all have different tastes, so, and these might be products that she loves, but I am more of a clear brow gel person just because I feel like it makes my brows look kind of muddy, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna try and put them where I want them, and hopefully they'll set like that. So we'll see. Sure, they're just really dark. I'm not used to having my brows this dark, and I don't know if I like them this dark, but you know what? It'll be good. I don't have any mascara or lashes from e.l.f. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera really quickly, and then we'll be back to do the face. Okay, so I just put on my lashes. These are the Ardell Wispy lashes. They're just like the original Wispy lashes. So before we move into the rest of the face, I wanted to talk to you guys about my e.l.f. brushes. I have so many of them. I'm just going to talk about them super quickly just to give you the rundown on if I would recommend the brush or not. I have the e.l.f. Pack brush. I don't know, it doesn't have a name on it, but super inexpensive and such a good brush for eyeshadow. I find that this really does pack on a lot of pigment. The e.l.f., I wish these had names. I don't know what this is. It's a like denser foundation brush. Love it. Use it all the time for foundation. I have the e.l.f., it's like a flat top kabuki brush, which is a really good brush. I honestly recommend pretty much all of these. The only one I don't really recommend is this e.l.f. crease brush. It honestly blends eyeshadow terribly. I don't know what it is. It always makes it look patchy. It doesn't really blend well. It's kind of scratchy, so that might be why. This one is much softer. This is another crease brush, a little bit flatter though, and I use this a lot for packing on a shade, but more just like lightly. Such a good brush for that. I think this is the same brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. I believe that this is the same brush that I was just talking about. It just has a label on it now. I have two of them. Then I have the Foundation Blurring Brush. Love this. Use it all the time. You guys have seen this on my channel many times. This is the Flawless Face Brush. I use this all the time for bronzer. I will be using it for bronzer today. And then I have the e.l.f. Highlighting Brush. Such a good one. I have the e.l.f. Blush Brush. I use this a lot for under my eyes or for highlighter. I don't really use it for blush, but I'm going to use it today for blush since I have it and I can use it. Then I have the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush. Love this brush for cream products. It's so good. And then I have this one. I don't know where it came from, or I've never really used it. This is a smaller e.l.f. brush. I don't know what it even supposed to be used for. I think I've used it for foundation a couple times, which it worked fine for, but it's not necessarily one I recommend. I just don't really use it that much. But yeah, those are just some brushes that I have from e.l.f. that are really good. And yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys about those really quickly. So what's next? Bronzer. I'm going to be going in with this brush that I was just talking about, the Flawless Face Brush. And I'm going to be going in to the e.l.f. Contour Palette. This is what it looks like. It has a couple of highlighter shades. Not the lightest one does have a little tiny bit of a sheen. I think actually both of these do a little bit, just like the slightest reflectiveness to them. And then there's a contour and a bronzer. I think I'm just gonna mix the two. Honestly, these lashes are really just giving me a hard time, and I honestly don't feel like really messing with them right now. So we're just gonna not do lashes. So I'm gonna break and put on a little bit more mascara since we decided to go with no lashes. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and then we'll move right back into the bronzer. I actually kind of prefer it without lashes because you can really see the eyeshadow a lot better. Yeah, let's just keep going. This is such a pretty combo. It's like a perfect neutral bronzer. Okay, I'm going to take just a tad of just the bronzer, the contour shade, with the blush brush, and I'm just gonna lightly chisel out the bottom of my cheeks. Okay, that's looking so beautiful. I'm gonna be going in with blush now. Let me find it real quick. I'm gonna be going in with the Candid Coral Blush from e.l.f. It is a beautiful like peachy orange blush shade. I actually have never used this. I purchased it. I got it a while back. I showed it on my e.l.f. haul, but I haven't actually used it at all. So I'm going to be going in with that same blush brush. I just wiped it off, and I'm going to be going in with this on my cheeks. Super duper pigmented. And I'm just going to place this on my cheeks. so summery. It matches with the crease shade that we were using earlier. So pretty. Now we're going to be going in with highlight. I have a couple options. I have the e.l.f. Heart Defensor, who is a influencer here on YouTube, and this is the highlighter duo in Coffee and Cream, which is beautiful. It's got a deeper shade right here and a more lighter shade. It's almost got a little bit of a pinky hue to it, so I don't know if I'm going to be using that one today. It's very icy. I also have my OG e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. This is a baked highlighter, which is such a beautiful shade. I'm gonna try and swatch it right next to that one for you guys. It's right here. And then I also have the Illuminating palette, which has 4 highlighters, but these are definitely more sheer highlighters, so I don't know if I'm gonna be using these today. I think I'm gonna be going in with, maybe I'll go in with these and I'm gonna mix the 2 shades just so we have not something so stark as this, but maybe just a little bit of a mix. Let's see if that works. And I'm going to be taking this on the highlighting brush. Let's see how this works. This is a bigger brush, so I'm kind of nervous. Okay, so I've just applied that. I do like it. I still think that if you are going to go for an e.l.f. highlighter, that you should definitely pick up the baked highlighters from them. They are the best. I love the pigmentation on these. These are so blinding, so beautiful. If you're wanting something a little bit more subtle, then go for the Illuminating palette. I don't know how I really feel about the formula of this one. It just kind of emphasizes my texture a little bit more. The thing with these, let me go ahead and tell you, you need to scrape off the top layer of this highlighter. It really underperforms until you do that. So just take like a bobby pin or something and like scrape off the top layer, and then it'll be the most amazing highlighter. And it's like $3, so inexpensive, so good. I'm telling you guys, it is so good. So lastly is lips. So I have a few options. I have the e.l.f. lip lacquer in the shade Natural, which is just like a beautiful nude gloss. I have the e.l.f. and Alissa Ashley collab in, it's a gloss in the shade Nude Rose. And then I also have the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss in the shade Peach Bellini, which you've seen many times on my channel. I don't have a lip liner or anything, so I think I'm just gonna pop one of these on. I also have a lipstick from them, but that's in my purse downstairs and I didn't want to use it anyways. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. This is such a dark lip gloss. Like, it's so dark on me. I'm going to show you guys, like, look at how dark that is. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to dab it all over my lips and blend it out that way. And then maybe go in with one of the other glosses. I think I actually like this by itself. It's so beautiful. This is really pretty sheared out and just all over the lips. I also forgot to mention that I did have the lip plumping gloss in the shade Mocha Twist, which is a little bit darker. It almost looks like this, but it is much sheerer and it is just such a beautiful wash of color, similar to this when I shear this out. It is the most stunning, beautiful gloss. I don't know where mine went and I'm still upset about it. So I need to go purchase it again. It's so beautiful. Okay, let me give you guys a rundown really quickly of just my products. My moisturizer, amazing. One of the best moisturizers ever. I love it so much. I'm still not sure about the Poreless Putty Primer. Not sure at all. I'm gonna have to keep trying it out for you guys, as well as the foundation. Not sure how I feel about it, but the shade, I killed it. I killed it. I killed it. The concealers are incredible. I love them so much. Just beware of the mess that they make. They kind of do make quite a mess. Eyeshadow palettes, yes, I give them all a big yes, except for the Opposites Attract palette. I don't really prefer the colorful shades in that, but if you want to use the neutral sides, those work beautifully. I loved how this eye look turned out. I think it's very beautiful. Bronzer palette, love. Where's it at? Right here. Love this palette. I think it's so cool, and you can customize these. You can pop them out and put some different shades in here. So great. I highly recommend the Illuminating palette if you're wanting something a little bit more subtle. The blushes, incredible. So good. A couple bucks. They're worth your money. Highlighters, I think they're all good. It just depends on what you're wanting. I would say if you're going to get any, get that baked highlighter right here. And they have tons of shades of these as well. So pick one of those up. So good. And I also love all of their lip products. Their lipsticks are incredible. I have tried all of them. These are just the ones I have currently. I forgot to talk about the brow products. That's on my list. What I thought about them. So I think the brow gel would be really good on its own, like for those days when you are just like wearing nothing in your brows, you're just wearing that. I would probably go with a lighter shade, so I'd probably go like a shade up for if I was doing something like that. I don't know, I'm gonna have to keep playing around with the brow pencil just to see if I like it. Maybe try it when my skin isn't so moisturized and so slippery, I guess. But yeah, that's my thoughts on those. I just wanted to make sure I got that in so that you guys heard my thoughts on it. So it's so affordable. Honestly, e.l.f. is one of the best brands for the price. Incredible quality for how good they are. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. If you liked this full face of e.l.f. cosmetics, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And once you have subscribed, please make sure to turn on the little bell notification so you're notified anytime that I upload. If you guys want to see any other full face tutorials or any kind of videos, please leave them down below. I will absolutely make sure to do this for you guys. But that is it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.